Hola,
Mayo, bienvenidos y bienvenidas.
Welcome back to our channel. Once again, thank you so much for supporting us, liking, commenting, subscribing, following our journey.
Today we're going to talk about a little bit more what is Peace Corps. For those of you that may have heard of it but don't really know what it is exactly, so we're just going to give a brief description.
Yes, what it is.
So Peace Corps is a government agency. It was founded by JFK back in 61.
Wow, you know that.
1961. So it's been for a while, and it's been here in Costa Rica specifically since 1963. But yeah, and so the Peace Corps experience it's different from a lot of other volunteer opportunities.
Yeah.
For instance, volunteers are sent to countries for 2 years.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of volunteer opportunities where it's like 6 months, a year.
1 year, most a year.
Yeah. But this is for 2 years.
Yes. Dedication.
And yeah, so Peace Corps' mission is basically to promote world peace and friendship.
Yes, and they have like 3 main core objectives, right? And the first one is to help interested countries in meeting their need for trained men and women.
Yes. Their second objective is to help promote a better understanding of Americans on the part of the people served.
And then the third one is to help promote a better understanding of the peoples on the part of Americans. And so we're just going to go through and break this down a little bit for you guys to better understand. So as Lara was saying, Peace Corps is a U.S. government agency, but they only go to countries that request volunteers. Yeah. So they're in over, I think, 100 countries,
160,
all over,
something like that.
Yeah, all over the world. So every region except for developed. So you have to qualify, first of all, when you request it. You have to have certain needs. And then that's when they send, so interested countries, that's the first part. And then they send trained men and women. So Lara and I both have a degree. You don't necessarily have to have a degree for some of them. So every country has their own specific Peace Corps program, right? They have specific programs. So I'm in youth development, as I mentioned in our previous video.
And I'm in community economic development.
Yes.
Yes. And basically, we will talk about the application process in the future, but when you're applying, it's for a position, and then you can narrow down the specs of what you're looking for based on the country, the region, what have you. But you apply for a specific position, and they have different requisites or requirements.
Yeah. So when I applied for youth development, specifically that program, and I chose 2 countries. So you have the option to choose up to 3 countries, or you can just put your, I'd go anywhere, and they literally would put anywhere that you're needed, which is amazing if you're that open-minded to do that. And I think I'm open-minded, but not that open-minded. So I chose Macedonia and Costa Rica, and Costa Rica was my first choice. And another thing I'd like to mention is that, like she said, there are prerequisites. A lot of the Spanish-speaking countries, there is a Spanish requirement. Yeah. So for other countries like Macedonia, obviously when you go to all these other countries, you do have to learn the language, or they teach you the language, but it's not a requirement. You don't need it to survive in the country. But with Spanish, or Spanish countries, yes.
Definitely helps. So with the second objective of Peace Corps would be the promoting a better understanding of Americans to our host country nationals. It's basically sharing the American culture with the people that we work and that we live with in the country. And Nina, Georgina, and I are women of color. I think that provides a unique perspective of the diversity that is in the United States. And because I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that a person from the United States is white, blonde hair, blue eyes. So being able to represent the diversity in the United States, that's such a great experience, you know.
Yeah.
It can be difficult at times.
It
Definitely
doesn't mean
difficult.
it's easier,
Yeah.
but
No.
it just definitely gives us an opportunity to, you know, like to teach them, to educate other people in the world about the diversity of the U.S. Yeah.
And the third goal of promoting a better understanding of other people, or our host country nationals, that's kind of taking our experiences and what we've learned here, and taking it back in the States.
And that could even be this YouTube channel, right? Talking to you guys about our experiences, but also there are going to be videos where we talk about being in Costa Rica, what we think about Costa Rica, and stuff like that.
Yes.
But basically, taking back that culture and advocating for those people, you know.
It's like an intercultural experience. Exchange.
Yeah.
And it's Peace Corps itself is such like a unique experience, and like they have this slogan, it's like the what's it called, the hardest job you'll ever love.
So true.
It's so true.
So true. In one day you can just go through so many emotions. You could be sad when you wake up, you could cry during the day, and then at the end of the day it could be a great day. You just never know what you're gonna get. You just wake up and hope for the best, and just, you know, keep going and trying your best. But yeah, one thing I also wanted to mention is that with Peace Corps, so when you come, right, during the application process, you get accepted. Well, you have an interview, you get accepted. What else? You have to do your medical legal clearance. You come to country, you have training for 3 months, and then you get placed in your community. And they try to like fit each person, right, based on your experiences,
your SKAs.
Yes.
Skills, knowledge, and attitude.
Yes.
SKAs.
And they place you in a community. After you get to your community, you have to do a community analysis, where you basically learn about your community, their needs, you interview people, you do surveys, you visit, you know, you try to visit the community and get to know more people. That's not real, I feel like.
You know?
Nobody invited me to come.
I didn't invite. I didn't wait for an invitation. I was like, "Upe," and then just
I could not.
No.
Yeah, I thought, you know, people were just gonna be like, "Oh my God,
it's like, come here."
coffee?
No, it's like, "Hi, I'm coming in."
So yeah, I mean, sometimes cafecito just to get to know them, get to know their families.
Yes.
But yeah, and then you learn more, and then with that you kind of prioritize, like you know what the community needs and what projects you need to implement, right? And you use your skills that you learned at training to implement those projects. It doesn't always mean they're gonna work out, but it gives you a starting point for your community, and you always have to have a counterpart to somebody you work with in the community.
Yes, and that kind of just further promotes sustainability of your project, because essentially Peace Corps is about building capacity, and that since we're only here for 2 years, which may seem like a long time, but it's not. For like, in order for projects to like get up and starting and then actually get the impact that we want, that's why like we're recommended to have counterparts in our communities, so that we're passing on our skills and knowledge and experience, etc., to them, and then they can continue.
So it's not a quick fix. It's not, we're coming, we're going to change things. It doesn't happen. Sometimes you don't even see it when you leave. It takes years, like a long time for you to finally see like how you affected change in the community. So yeah. But do you have anything more to add to this? What is Peace Corps?
What is Peace Corps? Oh God, literally the hardest job you'll ever love.
Yes.
There's no other way to kind of sum it all up. I mean, that's so far my experience has been like that.
Same.
Yeah,
but it's great. You have some really good days, you have some down days, but overall it's helping you, it's building you, preparing you for the future. The hardest job you ever love. So thank you for watching. If you have any feedback, let us know. Comments, like, subscribe. But see you guys
next week.
Next video.